begin seated. Taking a moment to just find a comfortable way to sit. Closing our eyes so that we can tune into our breath. And feel the belly and the chest rise and fall, letting our exhales be full of everything we're ready to let go of. And our inhales be filled with peace and ease. As you bring your awareness to the present moment and to your bodies and your breath, let's take a moment to tune into our minds from the inside. Just imagine what it looks like and feels like inside your mind. If there are many, many thoughts, too many thoughts, take a moment to imagine a wind blowing through, releasing those that have no merit, that are just ruminating around in there. Those that are important but need to be shelved for the moment, just put those away, leaving your mind open and clear. Tuning into your heart, do the same. Let go of those emotions or feelings or fears that are just weighing heavy. The important thoughts that you want to come back to at some point, put them away. Leave your heart open, clear, and then take a slow scan through your body and do the same with it, releasing tension and tightness, dis-ease. Leaving your body feeling open and peace-filled. Letting yourself feel grounded as you sit on your mat, centered, and fully here in the present moment as you take time to set your own personal intention and take your 3 breaths. At the end of that 3rd breath, let's begin with some movement for our neck. Just taking a moment to tune into what it feels like in our neck as we move our head in different ways. And then see how it feels in our shoulders as we move those in our own creative and different ways. Forward and back, up and down. We'll do a circle, some rolls together in a moment. So coming back to center position, let's roll those shoulders back. Nice big circles 5 times. And roll them forward. Let's try the elbows, making it more of an arm motion now as we take those back. And forward. Now let's take our whole upper body and do a circle, one direction. And then the other. Bend it low over your legs, reach out in front, check in with your hips, your low back. Maybe you want to walk to one side or the other, or maybe just hold your center position. And then we're going to lift it up, and we're just going to take a check-in twist. So turn to the left. Think about where you might feel it, where it might be tight, where it needs to be loosened to make that twist feel better. Just taking stock for a moment and then take it to the other side and do the same. Bringing it back to center. We're going to work our way up to standing. We will loosen the sides of the body a little more and then twist again and see how it feels after we do that. So right now, tuning into your feet. Taking a moment to lift and rock, to roll the ankles and knees. Just paying attention to and waking up and warming up the legs. Then we're going to take a little bit wider than hips distance stance, and we're going to hula, so move the lower body. Just like we did the upper body, only now the lower. And then go the other way. All right, we're going to stand about hips distance apart, maybe a little wider. Take those arms up, reach up to the sky, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the spine. You can take a look up if you want. Take a little lean to each side, just a gentle one. Bring those arms back down. Do it again, take it up. Maybe this time interlace if that feels okay to you. Lean. Maybe a little lean backwards would feel good. And then back to center. We're going to start some moving chairs now, taking those arms up, sinking back and down, bend at the knees. You can rock on your feet if you want to lift up, work your feet a little more, rolling up onto the balls and back onto the heels. Three more. Now, on the end of this one, we're going to go again, and we're going to lift up, and we're going to lift up onto the balls of our feet, and we're going to hold here, balancing on the balls of our feet, reaching for the sky. Now we're going to sink it down, back to our heels, lift your toes, come into chair. Lift back up, take those feet wider than hips distance, arms out to the side, do some forward circles. Kind of a tight and tiny kind of motion. Just really reaching, making them nice and strong. Then take those and go backwards. Now shake them out. We're going to take a moment to stretch those arms, drawing that elbow into the chest, away from the shoulder. You can start on either side. You can turn your neck here for a little more neck work. And then you can take it deeper by pulling it behind and drawing it to the side, or interlacing your fingers on the back if you have that flexibility. And then we take it to the other side, draw that elbow in, away from the shoulder, feel the stretch. And take it deeper. Releasing the hands behind you, we're going to open the chest now, so you have options. You can make fists and draw elbows and shoulders, tips of the shoulder blades back, or you can stretch your arms out with fingers interlaced. Any way you do it, it's exaggerated posture, drawing the strength between your shoulder blades to open the chest. Breathing here. One more breath. Release those arms, shake them out. Send them out to the sides again. Feet are wider than hips distance. We're going to do some windmills, taking it down. Bend at the waist, tap the opposite wherever you reach. 4 more each side. one. All right, turn those feet out, coming into your squat position. Checking in with those legs again. Up and down, side to side. Finding your squat foundation that's in proper alignment. Knees over ankles, not way over the toes or way behind the ankles. Right in a good position. When you're ready for sunflowers, here we go. Take it up. Sink, tilt, and sweep. Two more this way. Now let's add some rotation if you're up for it. Circles. One more. And then we stop and we go the other way. And one more. Sink it into goddess, nice and low. Spine lifts, elbows out. Holding here if you want to add a little pulse action, if you need that all around your connection of legs and hips, you can pulse it. That sometimes helps me warm up a little more there. Now we're going to take that, what I call a delicious stretch. Reaching for those knees, brace lower, press away, feel that lovely twist. Other side when you're ready. One more time each way. Coming back to center, feet are going to go parallel. We're going to reach around behind again, giving you another opportunity to open your chest, stretch your arms out, stay up high, or hang your head low, your choice. 5 breaths. Release your hands to the floor. Take the feet wider. Find your best back of the leg stretch. Pressing those feet down equally. Walking your hands around or just hold in a center position. That's what I'm going to do today. Just stretch. Two more breaths. All right, bringing those feet together so that you can hold yourself with just your legs. We're going to plant our hand and do some twists, opening up the chest, the arm, the shoulder, and still the back of the legs as we move that hand closer to the opposite ankle, if we choose. One more time each way. All right, coming back up. Bring your heels into the proper distance for a squat. Coming back to your goddess, we're going to take some eagle arms from goddess leg position. So we're going to take right over left, either wrapping, drawing shoulders back and down and tilting the elbows out a little, or fully wrapping the arms if you're able. Tilt those elbows, pull the shoulders back and down, get your best stretch across the shoulders. Good chance for you to turn your head, look up and down, whatever feels good, ear to shoulder. If your neck needs some work, two more breaths here on this side. Let's release, straighten the legs, shake it out. Since I'm doing hot yoga here today, I'm slipping and sliding with my arms. All right, let's go back to that goddess legs first. Cactus arms, left over right. Pull back and down, tilt forward, breathe. Two more breaths. And release. Hop those feet in. Shake it out. We're going to do a little hip flexor warm up before we go into our lunges. So standing on your right leg, raise that left knee up. Add movement for the foot and ankle and arms if you need it to challenge your balance. Send that left leg out in front. Flex the toe toward your face, nice and straight. Shift over to the other side, raise up that right knee, add action for your ankle and foot, arms if you choose. Send that right leg out, flex that foot toward your face. Try to keep your hips level. Switching back over. Shake it out for a moment if you need to. Switching over to the right leg, we're going to raise the left knee up. The action is going to be pressing that heel out forward and drawing the knee toward the chest. So it's not an up and down, it's an out and in. Do your best here. Let's do 8. And then when you're finished the 8th one on that side, switch over, the other side, stand on the left leg, heel goes out, knee comes in. One more. All right, back to the first side, giving you an option. You can do circles. I'm going to do circles 6 each way, or you could do the infinity 4s in front and 4 and back. Go ahead and start. I'm just going to check my attendance real quick. All right. And then when you're finished that first leg, switch over to the opposites. Alright, we should have everything loosened up now. Let's do a lunge. So, coming to the front of the mat, coming into our mountain. We're going to inhale up, work our way down, holding that forward fold for a moment, pressing into the floor or a block. Really stretch the back of the legs. Adding on to get your best stretch, whatever that might be. All right, stepping your left leg back, let's take it to a runner's lunge. Really deeply stretch through that left heel and back leg. Foot. Then we're going to level those hips out, find our power, and press up to a high lunge. Keeping our good form, front knee over ankle, able to see first and second toe, back heel lifted, hips level, chest, heart, torso rising. If you want to add on even more, you can take your arms up to full crescent lunge, feeling that stretch on the front of the left leg. Little strength work. We're going to pop it forward into one-legged balance. You can set your foot down and then lift up, or just lift right up. and release, back to mountain. Tuning into your feet and up your body quickly. Next inhale, lift, work your way down. Another hold here at forward fold for a stretch. Stepping the right foot back into your runner's lunge, checking in with that back leg and the foot. And the hip flexor. Each foot has its own lane here, so give yourself a little bit of width there so they have their own space, and then finding your level hips lifted up to the high lunge. Stretching the front of the right leg now as you lift the torso, and eventually lift your arms if you choose. Rocking it up and forward, one-legged balance, one move, or stepping it up. All right, putting that foot down, adding on now. We start in mountain, finding our way quickly to a nice balanced and centered mountain. Next inhale, lift it up, work your way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to the floor, stepping back, plank. Lining yourself up in a full plank, a high plank, a forearm plank, dolphin arm plank, or lowering your knees. You can choose whatever level. Nice strong foundation here. Pulling belly button into spine. Three more breaths. And then we're going to meet at downward facing dog. Making it playful. Adding a stretch wherever it's needed. So lift it up. Pedal it out. Make it feel good. Eventually working your way into more of a balanced down dog where you're lifting up through the sitting bones, down through the heels. Shape is a inverted V. Balanced. More of a resting pose when we get this, even with a bend in our knees. One more breath, and then finding your right leg, swing that through, or do it your way, coming all the way up nice and smoothly into a crescent lunge. Feet should be in the proper position to flip the back heel down now. Check the alignment of heel to arch. You are sharing a lane with your legs now. In Warrior 2, nice and balanced. Gonna hold this for 10 breaths. So get balanced, get centered, listen to your body, make modifications if you need to. If your arms or shoulders get sore, you can always bring your hands to heart center. Heart and hips are facing the left edge of your mat. Listening to your body. If you need to come out, rest, and come back in. Two more breaths. All right, we're going to bring those hands down. Step back to our plank, and this time lower down onto our bellies. So you can do it from your knees if you want to work the arm strength, or if you have the arm strength to slowly lower, coming into your chaturanga, and then releasing it down into your baby cobra, you can do that. Inhale up. Feeling that low back. Toenails to the mat. Choosing to move up into a higher cobra, an up dog, or a sphinx. I'm going to go sphinx here. 5 breaths. we come back down and press up, downward facing dog for the other side. Finding balance here, breathing, stretching up and down. Left leg takes its turn coming through for your crescent lunge. Turning that into your warrior two, nice and balanced. Good foundation, gonna hold this for a bit. Listen to your body if you need a break. Two more breaths. Hands come down again. We go back to plank, lower down our own way. Coming up into a cobra, a sphinx, or an up dog. Meeting at downward facing dog. Finding your right leg, swinging it through, this time going right into warrior two. Just to hold our position, to make sure of the good foundation of the knee over the ankle, the back foot down. And then we're going to flip our right palm up and take it into a reverse. Really big stretch for the right side here as we keep a bend in the knee. We keep leaning that arm back towards the back of the mat and keep the left side of our chest open at the same time. Sliding it over, side angle, elbow to knee or hand to floor. Again, choices with the left arm. You can keep it at your hip or reach it out over your ear, up over your head, getting a bigger stretch for the left side and a warming for the right hip. Giving you a choice here to stay, to extend your side angle, to add on, or to take it into lizard. If you're going to go lizard with me, we're going to put our hands down to the left side of the right foot, flip our heel up, lower our left knee and walk forward. It's a deeper hamstring stretch for me. Some of you don't like this pose, so you can substitute in a different side angle or something else. Holding here 5 breaths, and remember you can also walk it off to the left side, keeping your knee above the ankle for more of an inner leg if your hamstring is not tight. Stretch. 2 more breaths. Placing your hands for proper plank position, send it back, lower it down, move through the sun salutation or just meet me at downward facing dog right now. One more breath, big stretch, and then it's the left leg's turn to come through and right into warrior two. Remember, we're just getting position here. Balance, we flip that left palm up and add our reverse. Big stretch for the left side, however big you want it to be. Sliding it over to your side angle. Taking it to a deeper side angle, or coming into your lizard, hands to the right, right knee comes down, we walk it forward, stretching the back of the left leg, or the inner leg if we walk it off to the right. here, we're going to walk it up to a forward fold. So working your way around, lifting that back leg, stepping it forward, forward fold. If your back needs a stretch, take your feet wider than hips distance, reach for opposite elbows, have a little hang, a little pull. You might feel at the low back. If that's too much, put your fingertips to the floor. You decide what's right for you. I'm going to stay in forward fold because my hamstrings are still telling me they need more. Working your way back, 2 feet at hips distance apart. Let's lift up into a halfway lift. Really extend the spine. So press away from your body or the floor. Lengthen your spine. Turn your head. This is not a resting pose. You should feel work here. Work to straighten out your posture. Work to pull the tips of the shoulder blades together. To get longer through the spine. And legs are straight. One more breath. Bend those knees. Press down through the feet. Take it up. Either reach for the sky or interlace and lean. Bigger lean now. And release. All right, take a moment, shake it out, grab a drink, towel off. That's what I'm doing right now. We're going to come into some balance now. We're going to work on tree and standing figure 4. Giving you the option when we go to the standing figure 4. If you have done all the work you need to do on the hug in front to back with the action in your hip, you can take it and sink it into a lower figure 4 for more of a stretch for your left hip. I'm going to probably say 4 upright breaths and then 4 sinking down to get a little more stretch. So we're going to do 8 for tree breaths and then 8 in standing figure 4. You have the option on breath 7 to put your foot down and reset or just to keep right on going. That's a lot of work for the standing leg, but I know you're up for it. All right, standing on the right leg, left toe is out to the side, come in for your tree. Find that strength to hug in. Part of it, a lot of it comes from the hip. Press in, find your balance, breathe. Challenge your balance if you choose. About breath 7 for me, so if you need to put your foot down, do it now. Otherwise, one more breath. And then we slide that ankle above the knee and hug in front to back. Really feeling that. I can feel that in my left hip. Upright spine, adding challenge if you need it. Press out through the ball of that left foot. Now if you want to add on a little, sinking down for a more of a stretch and less of a strength builder, you can. And we release, shake it out. I don't know about you guys, but for me that's getting easier as we do it. This side is harder for me. So taking the right toes out to the side, standing on your left leg, you're going to find your way to tree. Using the power of that hip to press the foot and the leg together. Both hips pushing inward. Tall spine, adding balance challenge. This is our 7th breath, so if you want to put your foot down to reset, you can. Otherwise, take another breath. And slide that right ankle above the left knee. Press out through the right foot and the ball of the foot and come into your hugged in front to back standing figure 4. Feeling that power in your right hip. Adding on into a stretch if you want to sink it down a little. and release. Shake it out. Woo. We're going to go either garland or butterfly. So butterfly, you go down right now. Garland, you're going to go with me, taking the feet a little bit wider, bringing it up, sinking down, feet flat is your main goal here. First goal, then it's butt low, elbows in the knees, pressing them apart, drawing the shoulder blades together to open your chest. We breathe in our butterfly or our garland. Two more breaths. And we release to seated. So we are going to take a slow journey down. Going to take about 5 breaths to get onto our backs. So you can go to one spot and hold, or you can just keep gradually going lower. Feel your own abdominals. Keep the chest open, the back flat. Here we go. And then all the way down, draw those knees into your chest. Roll around for a little bit. Circles or rocks. Gonna take a few windshield wipers. So drop the feet wide. Dip those knees down, rolling in. Three more each way. Walking those feet in, knees, feet together, send them up to the sky. A little love for the ankles, feet, and calves, back of the legs, so you can flex and point, flex and circle, or hold the flex. And then let's take it to happy baby. Inner legs. Get a stretch, hamstrings maybe. Taking a rock here. I'm going to give you the option to take any stretch that you want to do. You can do a pigeon, you can do anything. We're going to take about 8 breaths on each side if you're doing a sided pose, or choose 2 separate poses for 8 breaths. Think about your body. What do you need? I'm going to go pigeon. You might need something different. Two more breaths on this side or in this pose that you've chosen. Take a moment to send those legs up and give a little love to the back of the legs between sides or between poses. And we switch another pose or the other side of the pose that you did before. As we move into our Shavasana, we've got a good 5 minutes here for the final song. I encourage you to take one final stretch, whether that be a twist or a butterfly or an all-over body stretch, something that helps you release just a little bit more from the part of your body that needs it here on the mat, and then slide that right into your resting for Shavasana whenever you are ready.